What's going on, everyone? It is draft 150, the final Millie Maker draft for me. After this draft, I will have officially maxed out in the Millie. Hopefully, we get a good draft. I'm in the 9 spot. The draft just started, so let's do it. Like I said, I got the 109 in this draft. We got folks in the chat. John's very excited. Last Millie Maker hype. Joel, what's going on? BP, what's up? Good to see you guys. Hopefully we get more of the the folks that have been in here throughout this journey. Justin, good to see you, buddy. Listening to the last JJ Best Ball podcast while watching JJ draft his last best ball team. To be fair, it's my last Millie Maker team. I still got a lot of slows going. I've been joining some of the, I think last time I joined I did a $55, one of those that's in the DraftKings lobby right now. Let's get one more Jalen Wright. Let's not. Let's avoid that. Let's absolutely not do that. There goes Jefferson. Was hoping that maybe he'd fall. Man, if CMC falls, that'd be great, but it's probably going to be a Malik Neighbors team, more than likely. Would have been nice to have a CMC 109. Just looks like this team might time out. So it'll be CMC. It's frustrating. Okay, we'll get Malik. And we'll see what's there in the second. Maybe a Malik Bowers start, which is probably really common at this point. You ever miss a pick on one of your slows? Probably. I don't always realize it, you know. Bittersweet day. Last best ball draft, but that means kickoff is so close. Or is close. If I wasn't a Cowboys fan, I would man, I'm sorry, Cowboys fans. That's rough. Very rough. What's going on with the Michael? We'll say Michael Parsons. I didn't watch the Jerry Jones presser. We have family in town, and we got more family coming in today, so we've kind of been, making sure the house is good. All that good stuff. I'm grilling out tonight. But we can get some Drake London action. Yes, sir. But I heard that he was saying Michael instead of Micah in the presser. I like this guy in the 8th slot using his first, middle, and last name as his username. What is it? Jason Aaron Sherman. I mean, we're assuming that's the case, right? The Chase Brown rise has been pretty interesting to me, too. Like, I wish I got more earlier on. I'm still, I think, at like 9%. So I'm still okay. And, I mean, we were getting him in the early 3rd earlier on. A lot of coach speak. We saw in the preseason that he was used pretty heavily, snap-wise, even usage-wise. It's the final countdown. Do we need a mouth kazoo of the final countdown? Is that what you're saying, Pete? Jerry Jones. I almost sent the tweet. Do you guys think I should have fired this off last night? I just didn't because I didn't want to deal with it because I don't know if people would get the reference. But I said something along the lines of Jerry Jones should just get Ezekiel Elliott to help his defense. Is that too much of a deep cut? That's probably like a 50 likes kind of tweet. Not like a 1,000. I got to pick and choose my battles these days. Thanks to you, I had Bucky, Chase Brown, BTJ, and Tracy last year. I just wanted to draft this. That's true. That's true. I wasn't in on Bucky draft. Oh, actually, I drafted him in a decent number of leagues, but Bucky, I feel like I was ahead with in-season management stuff. The other guys I was just on from a draft perspective. 50 likes is a banger for some. All right, Kitchen. All right. I don't want I'm grateful, okay? I'm grateful that I can send off a tweet and get 50 likes. But that one, see, the fact that no one really responded to what I said means that it was good that I didn't send it off. Are we going to go 0 RB in this final draft, or are we just going to get Travion and just get the dude I love? Pepper Tony, you and I went back and forth a little bit about Zay Flowers, buddy. You were a little bit upset about my Zay Flowers take. That's what fantasy football is all about. Debate, friendly debate. Doesn't need to be hostility. You know, we can be friends. Ooh, Amari and Hampton. I'm assuming Hampton fell because of the Najee stuff, but I will take him as the anchor there. That feels pretty good to get him at 309 when he's been going closer to the front of the third. Now the real question is, what do we do in the next round? I think if James Cook is there, we'll go Cook. Could go Adams for Drake London. Yeah, there goes Cook. I mean, Adams probably for Drake London. I don't have a ton of Marvin Harrison Jr. Maybe this is the team that I get Marvin Harrison Jr. We're gonna go Marv. No, we're gonna get the bring back. Screw it. We're getting the Drake London bring back and crossing our fingers that Matthew Stafford's good to go. Odds that Henderson finishes the top rookie running back. I mean, considering like a lot of stuff can go down, I think that it's lower than you would probably think. But I think he is the third best odds, right, behind Hampton and Genty. And I think the gap has obviously been closing with Henderson and Hampton, but I still have Hampton ahead of Henderson. I think there's just a safer outcome there. Both floor ceiling. But look, guys, I don't make me say bad things about Travion Henderson. Loved him as a prospect. You know, I was drafting him a lot before the steam hit. One of my best CLVs actually right now is Travion Henderson because I was getting him in the 5-6 so frequently before. So I love Travion, but I still have Hampton in a tier above him and Genty in a tier above that. But I think he's the clear 3 as a rookie. And then I like RJ Harvey a lot still too. We might be able to get RJ Harvey in this draft. Is this going to be a Coker team? Let's hope. Let's hope it's a Coker team. Egbuka, man. 4-5 turn player. What a world. Pepper Tony says, apologies for coming in too hot on that. All good, man. All good. My thing, though, is that, like, if someone's going to, you know, like, question something that I said or, like, you know, come at it from a different angle and just disagree, I feel like it's all fine for me to come back and, you know, go back and forth with you and, like, explain my stance and, you know, explain where I'm coming from. I think that there's a lot of analysts out there that have, you know, pretty large audiences and stuff that they're like, oh, I don't want to read the comments or I don't want to, you know, talk to people in my mentions. I'm like, what's the point of doing content? We're doing it to like interact with people. You know, I love creating it and getting my voice out there, but what is the purpose of getting your voice out there in this fantasy football space if not for conversation, right? I don't want this to be one-sided. That's not very fun. Sleeper randomization has been suspicious this year. Been in about 30 best ball. Okay, I don't know anything about that. Cokeheads are fully back, like it's the mid 80s. Jerry Jones good for fantasy football? I mean, maybe. The one thing that I'll say about like I think the Cowboys are going to throw a lot for sure. But that was going to happen before all this. I worry that the defense is going to be so bad that they are not able to run many plays offensively. This could be a Kamara team. I don't have a ton of Kamara. I mean, let's do it. It's a value. Gives us a little balance with Amari and Hampton. Mentioned that on the finale of Becoming a Best Ball Bro is that my Alvin Kamara exposure isn't that high because I like the wide receivers in this range so much, but I'll take him there. And I think that we could still potentially, I mean, even if I have to go running back next, I'm fine with that. I could even go Pollard next. Harvey. Do I go Chuba, folks? Folks, do I go Chuba Hubbard after having 1% exposure? And I get Chuba, are they going to give me Chuba Hubbard for the final draft? I think I got to just do it for the bit, right? Kind of want to go RJ Harvey. If I would have gone Marvin Harrison Jr., I'd feel better about James Conner. But I'm a Harvey guy. But I don't have enough Pollard. I'm going to go Pollard, actually. I want to make sure I have plenty of RJ Harvey. This is my final draft. I want to make sure that I'm getting a little Pollard in there too. Probably could have gotten away with not going Alvin Kamara there. But because now in the 7th, we're going to be staring at some gross names. And I don't know if there's going to be a wide receiver that we like there. There probably won't be. We'll probably have to reach for like Jordan Addison or something. But maybe a Diggs will fall. A Olave falling would be really nice. But I like Pollard to get that correlation too with the week 17. Not really a question, but feels like the fantasy football space is getting closer to the point of saturation in terms of analysts. Sometimes feels like the fantasy football Reddit is just different bloggers going back and forth. I mean, yeah, I think everyone should feel empowered to create content if they want to. My thing would be that there's a lot of great content out there, but when you say saturated, like what defines an analyst, you know? Is it that they're putting random lists together on Twitter and they're just firing off tweets? Or is it that they're putting like pretty robust content pieces together, you know, via podcast or article or whatever? So it just depends on like how we're defining that, you know? Because I don't think that someone with a Twitter account who's just saying things to get clicks, which is out there a lot, is a fantasy analyst or is an analyst of any kind. Not in best ball, but in redraft, do you ever think about your exposure? Yes, I have a sheet that keeps track of all my my teams and counts players that I've been drafting, so I'm not overexposed. You can get in trouble. I mean, it depends on how many leagues you're in. If you're in like under 5 leagues, I don't think it's that big of a deal. The real play would have been picking Bill. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that there's been a decent amount of running backs going here, but I don't know what we're going to be staring at. I might just take Jacoby Myers and hope that if he is there. Otherwise, we're looking at Jordan Addison. But if Myers is there, that pairs with Malik Neighbors, assuming Myers stays in Vegas, which, in my opinion, that's still the likely outcome. This is such a dead spot in the draft. This is the reason why going running back here is riskier, and this is a different build than usual for me because I'm just going wide receiver, but going running back here is a little bit riskier because the running backs in this part of the draft are a little bit more attractive. Like if you get like a Tyrone Tracy, but I was fortunate that a lot of the teams over here went running back. So, if I had to get like a Jordan Addison, even a Khalil Shakir, like it sounds like Shakir is trending in the right direction. But Addison opens up another stack opportunity too. Am I toast if I drafted from top 6 spots in 85% of my drafts? No. But that's crazy. Depends on how many drafts you've done, though. Sadly, hot takes engagement. Here, I got to pick real quick. All right, Shakir just went. We'll get Addison. Don't love the Thielen move. I think it hurts him, but Addison's still a big play guy, and we need a wide receiver. Or I'd rather go wide receiver there than running back. Sadly, hot takes and engagement, rage baiting moves some analysts up in the algorithm. Yeah. I mean, there's some total slop on Twitter. It's not great. Man, the end of the 7th into the 8th is just rough. I don't understand, why has Diggs been falling? Like, why is Diggs going in the mid 7th when he was going in like the late 6th? I know it's not like that significant, but it's just strange to me that that's been happening when there's been injuries and things not going right for some players. Harold Fannin for the brand late to close out the summer. I mean, I'd love Harold Fannin. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We're gonna have to start thinking stacks a little bit. But okay, if Diggs didn't age, I mean, he technically aged over the last month. We already knew he was old. I'm talking about like his existing ADP to where it is now. He didn't have any setbacks. It's just interesting to me. Also, I like Stephon Diggs this year. Historically, when we get middle round wide receivers who are older, they're actually pretty good bets. I'm definitely aging, man. I still feel good. I'm going to work out today. Feel good. I feel just as good as I did 10 years ago. My Aura ring says that my what is it? Cardiovascular age. What do they call it? I can't remember what they call it exactly. Yeah, cardiovascular age. Right now I'm at 9 years below my actual age, but I was at 10. I was at 11 once when I was doing a lot of cardio. Yeah, fantasy football ballers pick showed otherwise. Yeah. I'd consider myself an aging middle round wide receiver. Which few 2 quarterbacks and 2 tight ends would you be comfortable with going 2 onesie builds? I mean, it depends on where I'm spending. But if I get McBride or Bowers or Kittle, I'm open to 2 tight ends. All right, we got to figure out what we're going to do here. We don't have like obvious stacking partners, so this might be a Drake May team. That's just kind of what I do with these builds where I'm like, all right, we're not stacking Malik Neighbors till late, Penix later, Stafford later, Geno later. We could go JJ McCarthy, but he's not going to be. I'd rather just get May. Let me see what quarterbacks these other teams have. I mean, we could push it. I might push it. And then we could set up like a It's a really tough spot. Maybe Andrew. Here, I have an idea. We'll go Andrews here. And if we push it, if we don't get May, we could reach for Jordan Love and then reach for Romeo Doubs. I'm trying not to force it with running back right now. All right, there goes Goff. There's going to be one more quarterback taken in this next pick. The question is, which quarterback is that going to be? It's probably going to be May. It's going to be May, as they say. You know, we could go Justin Herbert. I should have gone Keenan Allen, Justin Herbert, huh? Because I have Amari and Hampton. Oh, there goes Keenan Allen there. This is going to be Drake May. Oh, it's not Drake May. This better not be May after they have Mahomes and Purdy. There we go. Hey, Pete. You got to get it right, buddy. It is NSYNC, not the Backstreet Boys. NSYNC greater than the Backstreet Boys. I actually saw Justin Timberlake in concert last November. He had some bangers on his last album. What's up, Lucas? I mean, this is a pretty whatever team. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not. There hasn't been like very obvious values falling to us. But we'll be able to hopefully get, worst case, we're getting Kayshon Boutte in the last round. We did that on the last stream. Andrews, though, opens up for, I'm assuming this team right here is the Jordan Love team after getting Kraft. Oh, no, they have Lamar and Caleb. All right, where's Golden and Jaden Reed? I remember Jaden Reed went right here, yeah. So they could go with Love, but they went Burrow without anything, so they're not really thinking stacking. Matthew Golden's over here, so I'll have a chance, potentially. Yes, I'm fully out on Joe Mixon. I've been out on Joe Mixon since early July. I don't think that we should be assuming 8+ games. There's been so much bad. I've heard rumors. We've seen tweets that are like, I've heard XYZ. It is so bad. It just does not seem like good news is coming. Maybe I'm wrong, but I still think I still don't want to take zeros. In a regular redraft league, it's different. If you can get them at 180, last round of your draft, fine, whatever, because you can change that, you can fix that. But in a best ball environment, you can't. Well, Justin Herbert's still here. We're going to go Herbert if he's there. I say that he's about to get drafted, but ooh. All right, we'll go Justin Herbert. We actually have a little bit of a stack there with Amari and Hampton. We can get like Keandre Lambert-Smith later. Or like QJ, or I don't know. Insert wide receiver here. There goes Stroud. Okay. I actually might get Jordan Love also. No, this feels like a Geno team or something. Jordan Love won anyway. Okay. JJ McCarthy's sitting there. And we have Jordan Addison. I feel like we got to go JJ McCarthy. Let's go JJ McCarthy. 3 quarterbacks in a row. Drake May is still unstacked. Could have gone Penix there too, but I just prefer McCarthy a little bit more. Probably should have gone Penix in hindsight. I just got enamored by the full round of equity we were getting with McCarthy. Why is there this level of JCM hype and crickets on Woody? I think situationally it's better for JCM. Yeah, I can't not take Drake May. Tyler, good to see you, buddy, for the big old 150. But no, I mean, I think Woody Marks was the better prospect in the model, at least. JCM though has a little bit of that explosiveness and that power. The Texans' offensive line is pretty weak, and let's just be honest, there hasn't been as much steam. Like, coach speak at running back matters more to me than coach speak at any other position, because the coaches are making the decision at the end of the day to put these guys on the field or not. And so, to me, the fact that there's been better coach speak with JCM than Woody Marks doesn't mean nothing. Now, competition-wise, I'd say probably comparable. You know, pass catching, skill-wise, like, I'd give it to Woody Marks, and that's the stuff that I care about. So, you know, I definitely get the sentiment, but to me, it's more about Woody Marks being undervalued. Woody Marks might be on this team that I'm drafting right now. Demario Douglas went, and I'm very not happy about that. We're going to need to get Hunter Henry here pretty soon. Kayshon Boutte late, though. This draft has not been super quarterback heavy. All right. I mean, we're kind of in a spot where I'm probably going to have to go Hunter Henry. Did Coker go yet? We had to get Hunter Henry there to get some stack going. Let's see if Coker has gone. No. Oh, I'm getting Boutte, baby. We do need I like the idea of Woody Marks here though too. To get a bring back for Herbert. It's early, but this is again, like, look at how flat this is from an ADP perspective. You got to just kind of get your dudes at this point. Woody Marks is just still undervalued. Ah, there he goes. Tilting, especially because he was so... Wait, is that the Jordan Love team? Dude, you're getting Woody Marks when Romeo Doubs is on the board? We can go Thornton. Kind of want to save some wide receiver spots. Could go Jerome Ford. Let's go Algier. I don't have enough. And we have Drake London, and we have that little mini stack. There's a mole in the stream. I feel that way, right? Is you got it 39 in here after that Jordan Love pick? Who do you like best in the Cleveland backfield? Dylan Sampson, but I think Jerome Ford might be the better value. Sniped on Woody. What is this, my marriage? God damn. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the Penix pick would have looked better now. We do have McCarthy and Addison. It's fine. Had to get Henry here. Would have liked Tesla as a bring back for Mini. Could have just gone Coker too last round. Probably should have. I do want more Algier though, because you know, if the really bad thing that we don't want to say out loud happens, then Algier obviously has a lot of value. And he works with Drake London. All right, we still are going to need, though, like Keandre Lambert-Smith, Kayshon Boutte. I'll put QJ in the queue, even though I barely have drafted him. Just to make sure that I see them starred when they're coming up. How many wideouts we had? 5? Okay. Jason Moore guaranteed Bijan won't get hurt. Wow. So he just completely jinxed it. Thanks, Tyler. He said draft guide updates have been awesome, by the way. Great work this year and couldn't recommend it more. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I guess I could go Trey Harris, huh? We should probably go Harris first and just hope that he gets it together for the second half of the year. Now he's at the top of the board. Our boy Jason Aaron Sherman feels like he's going to... Oh, there goes Trey Harris. What is going on, man? Why can't I just get a little lucky here? I mean, I guess I'll go QJ. But that sucks. I mean, QJ's probably got like 3 spiked weeks in him, right? 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 Oh, 20% QJ exposure. Ooh, baby. I should have played some... You know what? We should play some music for this last one. There we go. All right, we need some bodies. Running back or wide receiver at this point. Could go Keaton Mitchell. I don't really want to, though. C-Rod? Shipley? We'll go C-Rod. Maybe get a few touchdowns this year. This has got to be the ugliest 15-16 picks of all time. Quentin Johnston and then the guy who's going to catch 1 pass this year. Will Shipley chasing, yeah. What's the difference between Algier and Ollie Gordon? Ollie Gordon's starter is banged up. And Ollie Gordon's starter doesn't see the same type of backfield share that Bijan Robinson does. This team is so mid for the last one, man. But it's about the friends we met along the way. It's been weird. I feel like we hit a lull in like early August to mid-August, and then the last week the Millie drafts have been kind of sharp. Not sure you landed this plane. Well, we'll see. The plane's still in the air, buddy. We have stacks. It's a usable team. I think the McCarthy pick is the one that I should have just... I mean, although Gino went there, Penix went there. I should have just taken Penix. Just leaned into that stack. Yeah, landing gear hasn't come out yet. That's what I'm saying. We can't be burying the team yet. Keaton Mitchell still on the board. He's gonna get sniped. What do we got going at? All right, we have Andrews and Hunter Henry. We can get something weird at the end of tight end. We need some wideouts, but we know that we have some wideouts in the queue. Look, we actually got a player that we wanted. Julius Chestnut just got drafted. The team that sniped me with Woody Marks just drafted Julius Chestnut. I think we gotta force it. Maybe go Keandre Lambert-Smith here. Probably push because the team's not very good. Get another wideout. Although we only have two wideouts that we got to get because I want to get a third tight end, and I think these two wideouts we should get on this team. Did we just go Theo Johnson now? I think we go Keandre Lambert-Smith now. So now we have a really full-blown... The Woody Marks pick really pisses me off. Woody Marks for Tyler Algier here would have made this team a lot hotter. This team isn't that bad. But you guys have seen me draft a lot better. I think Pierce went really early. Yeah, he went right. I should have probably taken Pierce instead of Keaton Mitchell. I was just so focused on getting the ADP value. So there were some, you know, I wasn't thinking totally straight stances that I took in this draft. That's what happens when you live stream sometimes. We at least got the stacks going, though. All right, so we got like Ty Johnson, Pat Freiermuth. No, I want to go more like fun and upside. Like we could even go Arroyo because we have Andrews and Hunter Henry. We could, you know who we could do? We could go Gadsden and pair him with Justin Herbert or Conk Daddy, but I think I want to go Wilder because we have a decent enough floor with Andrews and Hunter Henry. Just go like full-blown Chargers without Ladd McConkey and Keenan Allen. Gone are the days where you can get Sean Tucker as your last pick. Gone are the days where you can get Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt as your last pick. We've been through a journey, folks. We've been through a journey. That's right. Wouldn't be a becoming a best ball bro final draft if you didn't get sniped in mini tilt. Who are your boys, Jamie? Oh, your Bolts. I got you. The Chargers. I thought I was drafting particular players that you're really into, but I'm just stupid. Where did Stafford go in this draft? Over here. To the Puka team? Yep. KLS, baby. I mean, KLS is going to have 3 deep ball touchdowns this year, right? Like, he's going to make the lineup a few times. And an injury happens to one of the starters. We're going to go Booty next because I think Gadsden is the less needed pick, and he's probably going to, I think he has lower ADP. So we'll go Booty. These final rounds are basically like, they're just gross. I don't think we didn't land the plane. I just think that it was a bumpy landing. I think that there were some people in the back that were vomiting, you know. Babies were crying. One passenger took their seatbelt off and their head hit the ceiling. One passenger vomited and it just rolled down the aisle. All right, we're going to Rondé Gatson. There it is. The last pick of my Millie journey was a Rondé Gatson. Snipes on a plane. Yeah, there you go. Or tilts on a plane. Malik Neighbors, Drake London, Amarian Hampton, Devontae Adams for Drake London, Alvin Kamara, Tony Pollard. You got a little mini stack there. Jacoby Myers. That goes with Malik Neighbors. Jordan Addison, Mark Andrews, Drake May, Justin Herbert. So we had no stacks going on other than JJ McCarthy. And then we got Hunter Henry for Drake May. We got Algier with Drake London. We got Quentin Johnston with Justin Herbert. Chris Rodriguez as a filler. Keaton Mitchell pairs with Mark Andrews. Keandre Lambert-Smith with Justin Herbert. Kayshon Boutte with Drake May. And Rondé Gatson with Justin Herbert. Pretty good for your first draft, says Corey. Thanks, buddy. All right, guys, rate it up. Out of 10, decimals encouraged. I think the plane was landed, okay? It did, like I said, it was bumpy. The flight attendants are currently assisting people out the little inflatable stairs. Well, Corey gives it an 8.4. I wouldn't even go that high. 6.8. That's probably about right. 6.9. Yeah, let's just go 6.9 for this last one. 7.3. The inflatable stairs are out. The chute, if you will. The slide. That's the word I was looking for. But we're all safe. No one died, right? We're all good. We're all good. But that does it. That's the last best ball Millie draft for me. Kitchen, are you going to do, if Kitchen's in here, I think Kitchen should do his 150 on here as well. Yeah. But did you die draft? Like, as long as you're living, you got a chance, right? As long as you're breathing, you can win. That's what an NFL coach should say at halftime when they're down by 24. As long as you're breathing, you can still win. And that's what I feel about this team. It's live. Kitchen says Labor Day 150. Let's do it, man. take a picture of yourself doing something really stupid for the thumbnail. I didn't hear no bell. That's right. Kitchen, you wanna hop in and do one? Go back to back. I don't have any more millies. I don't know if you heard, but this is my 150. So I don't have any more to draft. Grill and draft simultaneously. I'll wait a second to see if Kitchen wants to hop in, but he might not have time right now. Thanks, Jamie. Thanks, Lights Out. Appreciate that. Fill out a week 1 DFS lineup. That's not happening. I actually don't. I don't play DFS anymore. Yeah, Kitchen, hop in here. Forget the newsletter. Although I need you to get that newsletter done before I go to the lake this weekend. Kitchen, hop in here. I'll just swap you. We can change what screen we're displaying. And we could just keep this thing rolling. I got to do dynasty rankings for the patrons today. Look at this. Kitchen says K. Kitchen's coming, guys. If you guys want another draft, Kitchen's coming in. Yeah, I mean, look. The deadline's not tonight. The deadline is like, I don't know, 2 or 3. He can get it done. While we're waiting, if you guys have any questions, real life questions, fantasy football questions. Beefcake, you missed the stream, buddy, but Kitchen's gonna hop in. I could share a draft that's going on right now. Let me see if I can do this. Am I allowed to do this, Kitchen? I probably shouldn't. Because this is sponsored by DraftKings. The crown is yours. You know who could poorly draft and write a newsletter simultaneously? Davis. Here we go. All right. What happens if I put Kitchen in here? Actually, I'm just going to have to say goodbye. And we're going to have to remove me and remove this screen. And then Kitchen's going to hop in. So everyone, have a great Labor Day weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Kitchen's going to draft the winning Millie team right now. Enjoy it. I'll catch you guys later.
Wow. What a turn of events that just happened. All right. I'm having to manage. I've got like 18 million tabs open because that's how I operate. So, all right. Let me manage my tabs. How's everybody doing? Doing good. I thought I had a ticket, but I'm gonna have to. 1 second here. All right. Share my screen. A little behind the scenes. I was like, man, I think I'm wearing the same shirt I was wearing yesterday. So I had to go change shirts because that's what we do. All right. This is number 147 for me. I've been really slow dripping these drafts. So 10 of 12, present or invite, share screen, bang, bang. All right, let's do it. I don't even have my water right now. Oh, but look what happened. Woo! Gonna be a good Friday. This is what happens when you are obedient to your boss and your boss says, hey, stop working on that newsletter. Get your tush in here and you draft a team right now. Got the Influencer 101. All right, how's everybody doing? Let's put on mine. Gonna wear these. Let me tell you all a story. A pretty cool story. I think I've shared this on Twitter, X. But since we have a minute till my first pick, let me just right here. My neighbors across the street. I used to play basketball with this guy named Bob, and we had a 6 a.m. Actually a 5 a.m. YMCA running league. Mookie Betts was playing with us in high school, and when he was just some nobody in the Red Sox organization. But Bob was this older guy, like Bob Coos. He would wear these like old school Converse and play, and he would just have that little set shot that you would see like in the black and white days. I loved Bob. Was the most likable person in the world. And I moved right across from Bob and didn't know it. But they got in a really bad car accident. And this was 30 years ago. And they had to be life flighted. Their family had to be life flighted. A drunk driver hit them. And they weren't even expected to make it, and they did. And when they did, they said, "Oh, we're going to throw a little party and celebrate just life, being alive." And so what happened was that party was on Labor Day. And as the years progressed, it got bigger and bigger. And so at first they invited like the first responders and some of their friends, and then more of their college friends. Their college friends from 40 years ago come. And then their kids all go to college, Catholic family. So they are big Notre Dame fans. Their kids go to college, and they have, let me show you the draft board while you listen to story time. Then their friends, their college friends, start coming to this. And it's a luau, and they roast a whole pig, and it's a huge event. Friday night, we play, they used to play old school basketball, like backyard basketball. Now it's horse and, just some games, having a good time, a few drinks. And then tomorrow will be the big thing, and there will be like 200 something people here. And they will be lined out. So for like 30 years, this party to kind of celebrate life has now transformed into like an event where everyone comes and hangs out and just has a really good time. And it's a whole weekend. Like I feel blessed. I can just go across the street and hang out with them. But anyway, shout out to Bob. Can't wait to have that. They roast a whole pig. The best barbecue, like the most tender barbecue, is in the pig's head. Did you know that? All right. Let's see what's on the board here. Bijan 2, Nico 6. Jefferson slides to 8. Ooh, fan know-it-all. Got a nice little slide there. Good for them. Nick, listen, everyone can attest on this stream. I didn't plan to go up against anybody. But I will say we're probably going to have more fun on this stream. Don't make this a Spirit Airlines leg of the trip. Listen, we're going somewhere tropical. It's going to be a quick flight. First class. Okay, so Derrick Henry goes 16. That Jefferson team gets Chase Brown. A little early on Bowers, Neighbors and Bowers. All right, so let's see what we got cooking. Go Bucky. I've got so much Trey McBride. Should we get weird on this? Like, or should we just go boring? Should we just go boring and go Trey and T here? Should we get Ladd? All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get Ladd, and we're gonna get T. Kind of have a feeling what I'm going to do this draft. So just some stud receivers. Ladd falling to the end of the second. Like, there is no reason really for Ladd to fall. Except people, I guess, feel better about some of the other guys in front of him. Josh Allen going 23 is crazy. All right, so we don't even have to go Burrow, but we can. I almost went Ladd Hampton. I almost did. The Najee stuff is giving me a little pause, though. Might even go Najee in this draft. Was looking at some teams last night, and man, I've got some absolute bangers that I've drafted over the past 3 months, I guess. But on every one of those teams, I think there's like one team, and it's like a $3 team on DK that was like no holes. But on every other team, it's really hard to get all 20 of 20. Like, even JJ showed me a team, but it had, some rando on there that didn't really work out. But I've got like so much Marshawn Lloyd, Jalen Wright, and Roschon Johnson. Like, those were the guys. I've been using a consistent draft strategy with the hero RB, sometimes even zero RB. And so those were always the guys I was selecting. And turns out having more than 15% of those guys, not a great thing. None of them are really dead, though, except for Marshawn. But it's like JJ was saying, if we're complaining about our 15th, 16th round picks, hopefully the rest will pay off. Still feel good. How could we get weird in this draft? Yeah, Eli said Roschon still might pay off touchdowns. Not fully sure. I trust my own guy. Good. All right, let's look at some players we can get weird on. Again, we got the taking Burrow here just feels gross, but I guess I have to. There goes Hurts. Whoa, look. I mean, I get it. I do. I get this slide. But at the end, oh, there he goes. Okay, I was going to have to take Garrett Wilson. Thank you for saving me. There goes Pickens. Okay, so now I feel better about Burrow because there's not a ton right here. Got JMO. I would take Ridley, but he's got that week 10 bye right here. So let's take somebody else. No. Brees, or we could... Should we just continue to push? Let's get Pearsall. Let's just push. Let's push receiver as far as we can. Man, that team with Wilson at 46. I mean, he was going early third to mid third, now late fourth. I like this guy's start. I bet he was thinking, I need to go Pickens, and then Garrett Wilson's there, and he's like, well, I'm not passing up on that. But that's a solid start. CD, Garrett Wilson, and JMO with Bucky and Lamar. That's a real solid start. All right, so we're building our team backwards. Just thinking, we've got 4 receivers right now. Herbert could stack with Ladd, Brock, but I think since we got Burrow, we can probably wait. So let's start looking at some later round stacks and realizing that we can also stack some of our tight ends with later round guys. Cam and Chig, even Rodgers and Jonnu. Bryce, Jatavian, those guys. I also was getting a lot of Tyler Warren at the start and not so much now because he's flown up the draft board, but maybe this is a Tyler Warren team. Maybe it's a Caleb Williams. We could do Caleb Williams, another Bears pass catcher to pair with Pearsall. We probably need probably a Benson with this team. Can also look for Taj at the end. So I'm just thinking out loud here. Yeah, Pearsall got shot. Not fading that guy. We're pushing the boundaries here of what can be done. Brees at 57. Man, the jet slide. Crazy. So thank you, JJ. You provided me the 101. Last night I got on 2 drafts and both were the 12 spot. And after the second one was the 12 spot, I'm like, I'm done. I can't handle another 11 or 12. So I just took my L. And the other thing was I was trying to do something. I was doing calculating my expenses from the Canton trip, trying to find receipts, and I accidentally drafted Joe Mixon. This is on the other site, and because on DraftKings you can exclude. I did exclude him, and I was so ticked. I was just like, "What is life?" It's almost like I lit that money on fire as soon as Mixon was drafted. All right. It's number 147, Millie. Jeez Louise. I told you we might just push it, but also Tyler Warren's there. I just don't have a ton of Tyler Warren. I feel like I need some. Can get Swift with Pearsall. Okay. Let's nah, I'm not gonna get Warren here. You know who I'm gonna get? I'm gonna push it with Diggs. So right now, we've got 5 receivers: Chase, McConkey, Higgins, Pearsall, Diggs. This gives us 3 options for those mid-range quarterbacks with Herbert, Purdy, and May. But also, like I was saying, in this range right here, it's better at the end because the 108, 109, you've got Williams and Loveland. But you never know. People slide. Ethan says, oh yeah, it's with Pearsall. Ethan is part of my ignorance, but is every entry for this $20? Yes, for this Millie Maker it is. But they also have $3 contest, $1 contest. They have the single entry. They have the 3 max $9, a $5 single entry. But for the Millie Maker, for this Millie Maker where it's $2 million to first, yes. They also have a $555 entry that I was trying to get JJ to go in with me on. There are tons of price points for you to enter. You can also scan that code for the buy one, get one, Ethan. Your math is correct here, sir. Oh, Shady Advice. I've seen him around, so that's why I got Wilson. Pawn the golf cart. I feel confident that the last thing JJ is doing is pawning that golf cart. The thing is his 3rd kid. Congrats on the engineering degree. How's bragging school going, Ethan? All right. We might just maybe say yes if Kelsey's still there. Looking at some of these other options. You might have to reach on those other guys. If Kelsey's there, I'm taking him. There he goes. They knew what was up. I told y'all we're going to be pushing this pretty hard. So we've got a 115. And let's just see. These guys, he's like Brock's not making it back. Caleb probably not. Maybe on Drake, but probably Herbert. So I'm not stressing. Then we can always pair one with a tight end. So I'm not going to go quarterback here. I'm not going to go tight end. I think we're going receiver still. I think we're going big or going home. So this would be 6, Keon Coleman. I want him. Let's see. Who else do I want? I mean, Ingram and Nix were the obvious ones. Maybe let's just go a running back here. Let's go Mr. Etienne. Yeah. I've got so much Dobbins. I think I have quite a bit of ETN. But I'm just wondering if there's not a chance that ETN could be a stud in this offense. I'm just wondering. Sure, they've got, 2 other guys there and didn't really get rid of anybody. But Duval, I think he's a fine running back to play. Wasn't he going like 3rd round last year? Or maybe it was 2 years ago. I was looking up some ADP yesterday because JJ was on the Ballers stream giving his take. So last year he had Brian Thomas Jr. as his guy, and I had to look up like what his actual ADP was. He's wide receiver 49. Ended up, I think, wide receiver 3. I don't know if you're trolling me or not. I would have taken Burrow at the 5.1, but that's just me. He was right. I took him at the 4.12. So you're saying I should have taken Pearsall there? So I could have gotten 4 receivers in a row just for like the board colors? Because if that's what you're saying, I can actually... Okay, he was trolling. But if someone was like, for the color scheme, yeah, I actually could see that. Like, I wouldn't disagree there. So now we've got this quarterback run. Trevor Lawrence just went 109 because they had Hunter. Keenan Allen goes, man, I should have just packed way more bags with Keenan Allen. I felt like I was getting him a decent bit, but he was free. He was absolutely free a couple of months ago because he was not with a team. And now he's pick 100. There goes Caleb Williams. Gosh, that'd have been nice. I still might get Loveland here if he falls. Gesicki is really, really late, Ethan. And definitely not someone we have to get, but we could. Look at some of these tight end sliders. If Njoku or Loveland, well, there goes Njoku. I'm guessing Loveland will be next. So we got to get ready for some Drake May action. This would be kind of a dream right here. And he goes. All right. All right. No worries. I mean, I'm going Loveland. Did Godwin just go? No, Godwin's still there. I'm definitely going Loveland. But quarterback's going pretty early, so I don't think I can count on any of these guys right here. So let's go Loveland. And let's go Herbert. All right, I like that. So we've already got 6 receivers. And now we got our top 3 rounds stacked with another stack, a game stack with Pearsall, Swift, and Loveland. Need some Houston bringbacks. And possibly might be a Colts team. Javonte also was free. But I'm looking at blue. Also, I tweeted just kidding yesterday a little bit, but those Jaden Blue shares gonna be nice. All right, here goes Luther Burden. Yeah, I'm glad we got Herbert there. The quarterback just flying off the board. QB3 can be paired with another tight end. I'm wondering these next 3 teams I'm doing after this. Where's Rattler's ADP? All right, he's 222. He's still not getting drafted in some of these drafts, and he's already been named the starter. So I'm wondering if I should like get even more. I've got lots of Olave exposure, but Olave, Shaheed, Bailey even could do some backdoor stacks. I mean, technically could even do a backdoor stack with this team. With Juwan Johnson, Vele, Kendre. Have a bunch of Titans you can pair with them late. All right, I think today, for the past 2 years, I have drafted a team blindfolded. I think today might be that day as well. It gets pretty crazy when you're trying to draft blindfolded, because you're not sure what else is going on. All right, 144, 145 coming up. Telling you. Not getting B-Rob or Judkins. Blue and Benson, though, might be the guys. And just continue to push quarterback a little bit later. Palmer still there. You know, he was on the Late Round Fantasy Football show yesterday. Is at Waiver Wire Stash. Go check that out if you haven't on the channel. Well, let's just, you know what? Let's just double tap right here. Bang, bang. Feels good. So now we've got the game stat complete. And we got some garbage time blue. Okay, explain the blindfold thing. So for the past 2 years on the Swolecast, I have been blindfolded. And Pete and Davis have been telling me the picks. And I have to basically choose who I want, and I can't look at the board the whole time. And someone else is basically starring the picks for me. So I'm dictating to them. Evan says, "Wait, JJ looks a little less nerdy. I don't have my blue blocker glasses around here." My desk is a mess, but I've got this right here. I'm actually kind of loving this team too. So shout out to JJ for forcing me to do a stream this morning. Hey, you got to do a stream. And this was right after he streamed his. So this is stream number 2 or draft number 2 of this stream. And then, getting the first. Try to do the fist gif. But because he made me do this, look at this squad right now. Chase, McConkey, and Higgins. Chase and Higgins are paired with Burrow. And we got to bring back later with Benson. McConkey is with Herbert. We are looking for a bring back. I'm guessing it's going to be a Woody Marks guy. And then Swift is our RB1. ETN our RB2. And then Blue, and I mentioned Benson. Loveland's our tight end right now. And then got Diggs, Coleman, and ETN as our one-offs with Blue. Can dig it. Oh my gosh. Cam Ward is still there at 158. Oh, someone's going to get him, though. Someone's going to get him. I'm still going to cue him just so he knows that I believe in him. There's no way he makes it 7 picks. If he makes it 7 picks, I will do a mouth kazoo on this stream. But there's no way he makes it. Someone will time out. Fan know-it-all will time out right here. Watch him time out and get one of the best players. I got Tajay. But G. Finneran is going to get Cam Ward. There's no way he's going to pass on Cam. Have another Jack's option right here. We want to take it. Look, G. Finneran's going to luck into the... They got Najee. El Necessary. He's going to get him. He got Wandell. Shaq Jr., though, only has 2 quarterbacks. No chance he passes. No chance. He passes on the number 1 overall pick in the draft last year and someone that can just bring him generational wealth this year if he chooses him. Look, he's going to auto time. There he goes. I knew it. I knew it. Knew he was never going to get to me. There goes Strange. Sad. So sad. It's okay, though. See what quarterbacks are still there. Geno's still there. Can we pair Geno with somebody? Cooper? Pair Henry with his teammate. All right, I got to get Marks for this bring back, even though it's a little bit of a reach. Whatever. It might not even be that much of a reach. They're just some guys really below their ADPs right now. Okay. Let's star Geno. You know what? We might just get a Ford team right here. Knock out all our running backs. That's what we're going to do. So no more running backs. Not even Taj. But that's what happens. Sometimes you got to do that whenever your first running back isn't to the end of the 6th round. So running backs are Swift, Etienne, Blue, Benson, Marks, Ford. So 4 running backs in a row. I believe in this group, though. Pass catching group. Any one of these guys could be the next stud. Five more rounds. What's everybody doing for Labor Day? Let me know. Leggett goes. Gonna hang out where the Goonies was filmed. In Astoria, Oregon. So, A, awesome. B, I haven't got the kids to watch Goonies yet. I think they're just a little, especially the youngest. She's not ready. But the oldest, she's in middle school now. And I feel like there is I feel like the fact that I recommended it, she's like, "Oh, it's lame, Dad." But then one of her friends did. But we also watched some adventure 80s or 90s movie. But it was pretty intense for them. And they're like, well, maybe we won't watch Goonies for a bit. Baby Ruth? Yeah. The girls' favorite kind of summer movie is The Sandlot. They love the 80s and 90s stuff. I would love to play in a league with Patrick Renna, who is the great Hambino. He also plays in the Big Green. But man, I love that kid. I don't really follow a lot of actors on social media, but I follow him. You play ball like a girl. It's fun explaining that to them. Being a dad of 3 girls. And whenever they said, you play ball like a girl. And all the girls were like looking at me like, what? Why is that bad? Well, girls, sit down. Sit down. Let me explain it to you. That was the ultimate insult when we were kids. But now, 2025 later, sure, times are different these days. It's a different time, kids. That's right. Neori says, just finished my first fantasy draft. How'd it go? Let us know. Okay, so no more running backs. I've got 2 quarterbacks already, so we don't have to, but let's look at what's available. Like I said, we could go a Raj. Ooh, Gesicki's there for that stack. That Pierce. Torrey Horton still there. Okay. I don't have a ton of Pierce. So let's go Pierce and oh no, did Daniel Jones? He got taken right before. No. Oh no. Terrible. All right. Gesicki it is for the triple stack. Had to pivot there. At least we have a mini game stack, I guess. Got a mini game stack with Pierce and ETN in week 17. But big time bag fumble by me thinking that Jones was still there. Yes, we got Gesicki. So we got the triple stack locked and loaded. We need a tight end. We need a wide receiver. And then we need a quarterback. This is going to be a balanced build. I was thinking at first, getting a little weird with 4 tight ends to end. But it's tough to do that this year because a lot of the late round tight ends are also late round quarterback pairings. So it's tough to get like 4 in a row that could pair with some of your players. Oh, look at this. Pick 12 went with King Henry and Nico. Nice. Josh Allen. Nice. Travion Henderson. Nice. Who are your other receivers? Hopefully, I mean, this is the type of draft that you can really lean into those round 4 through 6 receivers. So who were the wide receiver 2s, wide receiver 3s that you got? Because that's a pretty solid start for redraft builds right there. Kendre goes 201. Shaheed, I bet they're getting Rattler. How many quarterbacks they have? They have 2. Let's see if this team gets Rattler. Because they got Kendre. Kendre, Shaheed with the Pollard bring back. Let's see if they go Rattler on this back. Rodgers goes 203. I think we might be out of quarterback options, kids. Unless we're going like Milrow. Well, dang. Emeka Egbuka, perfect. I got him in one of the redrafts I'm in, Jameson Williams. That's like a perfect build. And you wait on tight end, something we talk about at the draft guide, later on tight end. But, you know, Derrick Henry, from the 12th spot, Derrick Henry, Travion, Josh Allen, and then Nico Emeka and then Jameson Williams. Hey, proud of you. Reach for Tyler Warren. It's all right. Look at this run on tight ends, too. Drafts are just getting sharper, man. I wonder if Juwan Johnson's there. We could really tick off this team because I bet they thought that they get Rattler. Let's see if Juwan Johnson's there. He is. Does Rattler already go? He did. Oh, he just went. Dang it. Did Theo go? Yes. We're kind of screwed on Flacco. Fannon's gone, though. We might just have to heavily lean into this. There goes Yoshi Bus. Man, just getting sniped everywhere. Wilson could be a nice bring back. Garindo for that mini stack. Like JJ said yesterday, if C-Mac does get hurt, Garindo's still going to be fine. But we already got a running back. Dang it. All right, let's go Wilson. And let's just pick best available here. We've got Gray down there. Ferguson, Gunnar Helm. But no, we're going to play it safe with Juwan Johnson. Okay. And if a quarterback makes it to us, no, I don't want to take. We can't. We got Ford. We can technically stack him with. It's that Daniel Jones pick really threw things off. Like, is Milrose still there? He's a guy we don't have to have stacked. It's about the only one. Tough sledding. I'll take Garindo if he's still there. Don't care. I will. Lambert Smith to pair with Herbert. Oh, JJ just took him. Where are we on Elijah Moore? He made the cut, right? Look up Elijah Moore. Yeah, they cut Chenault and Hamler. I mean, maybe we should be drafting a little bit more since he made the roster. right, so we got two good quarterbacks in Burrow and Herbert. We have plenty of receivers. You know what? If Garindo's still there, I'm going to take a 7th receiver or a 7th running back. If not, we're going to go Milroe as a 3rd running back, and then Lambert Smith. This guy's an auto pick right here. Someone's saying that Milroe could get some goal line looks. The thing about Milroe is that it's got to be late in the season because if something happens to Darnold, they're going to go with Drew Lock, and then Milroe's not going to get a knock. I mean, they have to basically not be a lock for the playoffs. They're going to want to see what Milroe has. There goes Lambert Smith. Grindo's still there. So again, I'm taking the 7th Grindo, especially since we waited so long on running back. So if I could go redo this again, it was a chain effect. So Ford, no Ford there. Should have gone Hunter Henry. And obviously then instead of Pierce, I could have gone Taj. And then for a quarterback, I could have gone Rodgers. That's what I should have done, Rodgers, and then paired him with Roman Wilson or Calvin Austin. That's what should have happened. Got sniped a bunch. All right, gonna wrap this up with a pick. Let me know, what your thoughts are. Appreciate you hanging out with us today. Garindo is going to be Mr. Irrelevant of this draft. He sure is. That's crazy. Number 240. All right. Bang. All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Check out the newsletter this weekend. Also, obviously, the draft guide. Patreon is popping off. So, you guys want to come hang out in the Patreon, do it. It's a good time. We have a lot of fun in there. So on behalf of JJ, he's going to get some needed R&R in kitchen, and we'll see you next time. Also, next week, we're back to a regular schedule. 15 transactions. We've got the Late Round show on a Friday now. Audio is going to be going to a Saturday. Maybe another special announcement. You never know. But thanks, everyone. Love y'all. Peace.